Thank
you. Honorable members, Europe has for years.
Please, we are going to start the debate. If you want to discuss something, out of the room.
I've been a member of European Parliament. I know after the votes, it's always the colleagues that you need to discuss with, right? But anyway, coming to this topic, Europe has for years faced cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, and acts of sabotage and disruption. But the frequency and severity of these attacks is unprecedented. Recently, we have experienced also repeated drone incursions into EU airspace and the crash of Russian drone carrying explosives into a residential building in Romania. These reckless acts underscore the threat that Russia poses to EU citizens, regional stability and international peace, and its readiness to escalate the conflict. These actions seem designed to turn our public opinion away from our steadfast support to Ukraine. Honourable members, the statement of 29th of May by all 27 member states on the latest unprovoked violations of the EU airspace by Russia was an undeniable display of unity. Beyond condemnation, we must further strengthen our ability to respond to Russia's provocations reaching our territories. We also need to advance our counter-hybrid agenda. This requires strengthening situational awareness, bolstering resilience, protecting our critical infrastructure and operational readiness to respond. We must improve our capacity to rapidly attribute hostile acts and raise the costs for Russia for conducting them. Most of all, in the case of Russian drones crossing into EU airspace, we must invest in cheap interceptors to protect our citizens. Shooting a €1 million interceptor missile at the drone that costs €3,000 is not sustainable. We must strengthen the protection of all EU land, air and maritime borders, with particular attention required to the eastern flank. Important work is already underway, including through the Drone Capability Coalition led by Latvia, Croatia and Netherlands, and close cooperation with Ukraine is essential, allowing us to draw from their invaluable operational experience. I also welcome the progress made on the action plan on drone and counter-drone security. While significant steps have been taken, including increased defense spending across Europe, much more is needed. Leaders will return to this issue in the upcoming European Council later this week. Honourable members, as we are preparing for the forthcoming NATO summit, the EU-NATO strategic partnership and reinforced cooperation remains vital to close capability gaps and strengthen collective security. Any hesitation risks inviting further tests of our resolve. NATO remains the cornerstone of collective defense of its allies and leads the operational military activities. The EU's initiatives enhance overall defense readiness and resilience, in particular on the eastern flank. The EU and NATO must work hand in hand in responding to the incidents, strengthening deterrence, and countering hostile narratives through strategic communication. Honourable members, let me conclude by emphasizing a simple reality. Russia represents the most direct and immediate threat to the security of the European Union, not only through its war of aggression against Ukraine, but also for its systematic use of hybrid tactics against our societies and institutions. We must remain calm, united and firm in our response. Thank you.
Thank you very much.